folks. Yeah, thanks ever so much to those of you who left some nice comments. I think I really needed that. Sometimes I think I'm impenetrable to the media world, but there are people behind those screens, behind those cameras, who do have hearts and souls. And systems don't have control, well, soul, they have control. And so it's nice to sometimes remember some things, like why I'm putting up videos and stuff. Because I remember watching videos myself and being just grateful to see somebody saying something that I could recognise my own truth in their words, and it kept me from going insane in a way, to see that I wasn't the only one in the world saying that, and it wasn't just a small group of others, but it's exponentially rising in numbers. People recognising that something's awry in the world. And a lot of the videos I make, well, all of them really, I make them kind of pragmatically, making sure that, to me, they seem to have some kind of use. I'm not really bothered about bringing forward any philosophies and ponderings of the mind, just for pure academic time passing. To a great degree, I like to see a practical value in the videos that I do. I hope it's not too windy. I think I might go in the tree line. And even, videos that I make about consciousness and like what is reality and what is a dream could be taken as just some kind of esoteric wishful thinking. And that, I don't want to do the esoteric world any injustice, but it's obviously misunderstood, because for me all of the teachings that I'd ever got from any traditions or religions or anything that I'd picked up on were all of the practical usage. For me, there's no point in really learning anything that I can't apply. Otherwise I just store it as information in my head, maybe it is later. And what I'm trying to get to in a lot of the videos is that it's actually about, one individual perception. When I'm talking about a dream world, if you think about it, most of the things in society, books, films, games, inventions, have stemmed from the human mind in a way, from influences from the nature. But let's take, cartoons and stuff, or films, or Hollywood. Education. It's all something that's put there into your reality, like a party. As soon as the DJ's gone, they close the bar down and stuff, people could ask themselves, where's the party gone? The party is like a group spirit, and it's usually initiated by one or the other person, like a musician or a muse or a DJ. Certain people have got these entertaining qualities, they like to entertain others. But then there's a lot of people, a group of people, who are the ones that are bemused and hypnotised by all of this media, say all of the music and everything. So the world we live in is there's the actors and there's the audience. There's like people creating a reality for those who buy into it. So one of the ideas I was putting across is we've got this big idea called society, domestication, whatever. And people don't even know it's an idea because they're born into it. And then as soon as you get to the point where you kind of realise that government's been portraying itself in a different way and advertising's kind of not telling the full truth and everything, you start to realise that it's conditioning, it's a construct. And so, especially those who get into spirituality, they feel awakened. And sure, there is an awakening, but again, it's only awakening into another construct. One that's maybe softer, but not necessarily any more use, or not even, it could be more dangerous. For example, people will follow a certain religion and hold that religion to be the ultimate bee's knees way of living, and now they're awake. But you're in deadly danger at that point of thinking that that is awake and before you was asleep. Because there is no real awakening. It's the fact that you've got to make your own party. You can't rely on other people to entertain you. As you know, a lot of you people are probably geared up on this anyway. That's just what I think. I've been in groups of people, I could let myself go and be entertained by them. But I've noticed when they've left the room that there's a certain spirit missing from the room. And if I don't fill it and make a party and keep the party going, keep the spirit up, then I'm kind of left with no reality, if you know what I mean. It's like something's hollow and empty. I mean, this internet experience is also a kind of a party. Some make the videos, some do with comments and sharing, and all of these things contribute towards the video making experience. Even just the view counts, really. You know there's a number of people not always conscious of whether they enjoyed the video or not, but I know for myself, I've watched a lot of videos and haven't commented, and I haven't even pressed liked, just because because I don't really know what all that's for, really, to be honest. But I do click like these days, I'll try and give people the likes they deserve. And so we all contribute towards this shared reality overlay, if you like, this shared way of thinking. As you've probably noticed as well, in the conspiracy world, there's people who are fixed on thinking a particular way there. So it's one dogma's broken and another dogma's entered. I'm not free from that either. But as I mentioned in a video about the dream, it's like layers. You awaken to one layer and realizations keep awakening. I'm really thinking, wow, I thought I knew it all back then. And today I know that I knew nothing. And tomorrow I'll probably know more than today. The conclusion being then, if you used to think a bit of like an onion in layers, it's the point where you realise it's an onion. And it's not about the next level, it's about now. So my now time is kind of divided into two. The flesh and blood now time, the one where there's these leaves in my real world. And then there's this camera floating in front of me. I know is going out into the timeless space. And so I get to see the globe, the world, everything that's going on. Why should I not want to address that whole planetary thing? Why should I not want to address the entire globe? All of the people that live on it and all of the life on it. So it's a weird one, there's me, powerless, walking along this little track here, kind of addressing the world. But that's how it is, and I'm not really addressing the world, I'm always addressing just individuals. Because, it's like you're the only one who knows you and you don't know anyone else kind of thing. So there's as good as one world and it's yours, and almost like everybody else in it is like just a part in your film kind of thing. But it seems like that's what counts. It counts more what other people are doing in your film than yourself, because you're not on your own camera. You're not on in your own lens, really. Yeah, I suppose I'm losing the thread a little bit. But it's about like the world as a construct, this whole world, obviously as physical reality. Each person has various moods and states of mind, and probably everybody's dreamed or at least had little ideas in the head. So there's two realms, like one is the sensory realm, the present, the now, where you smell and have these impressions and look around and feel the temperature. And then there's the memory sense, where you're focusing your attention on memory, which is timeless space. So in these two constructs, you've got your own world image, and it's not the same as other people's, otherwise they would be in the same happiness or fear as you instantly. So everyone's in a different mood, and this world overlaps, obviously, as a physical thing, so we could say that this is the real one. But it's an illusionary overlay of the real one, so each person's obviously got a kind of different interpretation of the real one. So that means that none of them are quite real. But the point being is that if you know your world is your own, then you can start to do something a little bit with it. But obviously, just like in a dream, you can't stop your world. Even in your imagination, it's like almost your imagination has got a mind of its own. If you know what I mean. You would expect to be able to close your eyes and imagine anything. You can imagine stopping your friends all talking. You've got a room full of people in your head, and you say, "Shut up." You're not going to get the result that you imagine. You're going to get your imagination running wild on you. You know what I'm getting at? So it's not about like what to imagine or how to change the dream. It's like, what part can you play in that, in the world that you're in? How can you reconstruct your own mood so that it's a useful mood? A lot of people sort of have this awakening and feel that they've been tricked out of life suddenly, but they've been tricked all these years and kind of had fun with it. Had fun being hypnotized, if you like. So then is the hypnotization, is the madness a better mind construct, a better reality overlay? Is that better? Is it better to believe the things we're told, Like, for example, years ago it used to be said that the earth was flat. Anybody who said that the earth was round was laughed at. Now, they don't teach us anywhere that there's a hollow earth theory. The idea that the earth's hollow and there's another land below our feet with an inner sun and stuff. As absurd as it may sound, a lot of people have looked into this, but we only know the flat and the round theories. Yeah, so just because everybody thinks the earth is flat, or now think it's round, is it stupid to think it's hollow? Where do we get our information from? So when I'm talking about like this world being a dream, it's simply the fact that it has the dream qualities, because there's loads of ghosts and ghouls and weird things in there that don't really belong, that's just come off television. If I was to ask you a certain question, you'd either be going into one part of your memory that's just got information from television, or the other part of your memory that's got information from your experience. I think the point of it is to kind of try and define between the two. What did I learn off TV and what have I learned myself, That's a good 15 minutes anyway. I don't know if that was any sense. It's sort of a bit about existentialism really, but that's where I always end up, because when you look at the system, the only way to change it, in my opinion, is like through everybody educating one another and not deceiving one another. So we become educated. Once we become educated, then the obvious just reveals itself, you know. We shouldn't be looking at governments to change the way they do things in order to make things right. Obviously governments and other companies all play a role, and the power lies with us to tell those companies to stop supporting companies that we feel might be doing damage to people or the planet. It's not a simple answer, but every individual's got the leverage to do the good and the bad. And a lot of people do choose to try and kind of step round life to try and find the easier way. And I know from my experience, a lot of people haven't believed in their own dreams because of one or the other reason. You know, a lot of musicians just think that they're not good enough because when they see MTV, they just hold themselves for inferior. They don't understand that there's a... Oh, wind's picking up. It's well picking up. I suppose that's a sign to get off anyway. Alright, yeah, thanks for your comments and thanks for being nice to me, and have a good time. Cheerio.